Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
All kids out of the pool for Adult Swim. All kids out.
Lego Lord of the Rings Balrog raised eyebrows for what some fans say is an unfortunate pose. I see it. I see it. Oh, I see it. It's taking a piss on Gandalf.
You shall not!
And he says to her, listen, you got a fine white girl ass.
Before you go, one question.
Yes?
Where in the galaxy is Sanusi?
Show us your tits and I'll tell you.
I think I've died and gone straight to honker heaven. Boobs are amazing.
Hail and howdy, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Dive, the Double D's, where you, the audience, I don't have a joke in line for that this morning. I tried thinking of one last night, and as I fell asleep, it slipped away. So welcome. You're the chat. You're in charge. Your stuff makes your suggestions of torture make this merry-go-round. Merry-go-round, whatever. All right. Hope everybody's having a good Friday. It's the end of the week, just about. And it's been a week. I'll say that. It's been a week. Things happen, yet don't happen. Things are interesting, yet they're not interesting. Things are important, yet they're not important. And lots of people are late to the party on so many things. Then people, as usual, talk out of their asses. And I'm not going to get too specific, but I do have a bee in my bonnet. I do have a bug up my ass today about something because I am perturbed today. Perturbed for a lot of reasons, but one thing in particular, as we start this stream, is on my mind. The fact that I hate social media. I hate it. I hate the fact that I make a living off it. I hate the fact that I have to use it to try and make a living. I hate the fact that I have to be on it. I hate the fact that it kind of twists everything beyond truth. Because there is no truth on social media. There are perspectives and opinions and things twisted. Things shaped into whatever people want it to be. And because social media is so instantaneous, the instant reaction, the instant out there, some of these things take hold. And because certain, we'll just say it, accounts, certain influencers, certain individuals, because they have so much traction, whether it be on X or YouTube or even Twitch, they get so much attention that people sometimes think that that's the point of view, or they think something's happened for the very first time because, a large channel has deigned to turn their attention on it, whether it's a large account on X, one that gets a lot of attention on the eyes, or it's one on YouTube, which is finally plotted around to talking about something because it's either safe enough or they're just late to the party because they just, it isn't something they should be talking about, but decided to because suddenly it's hip and cool and traction grabbing. So it's been that kind of week as far as I'm concerned. Whether it's in the video game realm, whether it's in entertainment, or or in politics, I am vastly annoyed when Johnny-come-latelys decide to get involved. And yes, I'm talking about Netflix in part. Everything with Elon. I'm not necessarily talking about Elon. Elon is a special case with how he finds and reacts to things, and how he's doing more than just sitting on social media. We understand that. I'm talking about everybody that then has built off of what Elon did with the Netflix stuff. That's what I'm talking about. the Johnny-come-latelys, the late to the parties, those, oh, here, now we're going to talk about it because Elon's made it safe to talk about, at least on X. He's made it okay. We're not going to get damaged by talking about it now. So that bugs me, especially with some of us of little renown. And I can admit I have little renown. My reach is about as far as my arm can extend. Those of us who've been talking about these things, certain things, specific things for years, we did it first, but it didn't matter because we aren't spotlight. We're not in the spotlight. And that's a frustrating thing. It's frustrating to get to a topic first, to have well thought out, well crafted opinions. And I'll say it, have it mean nothing that you got there. You said your points, whether it's a long time ago or even recently, and have it just be sucked up by the ether because you don't have the reach. And then watch the exact same things you say, the exact same things you talk about get, I don't want to say picked up because I'm not necessarily saying somebody copies somebody else's ideas. I'm saying that somebody else with a larger reach and a larger footprint stumbled upon the situation, saw what you saw, and because they have a larger audience, they have a larger impact, they're seen by everybody, it's more eyes are upon them. Because of that, suddenly they get all the attention for saying what you said already. And it's like, well, wow. Wow. And you think for a moment, what's it matter? You think for a moment, what's it matter? And it's rough. It's not easy. It hurts what little ego someone like myself does have. I have some ego. I'm not an egotistical person, but I have some ego. I have some pride. It gets hurt to watch things that you said a long time ago, the exact same things other people are getting praised for, getting attention for, getting traction for, were essentially ignored when you did it because you don't have eyes or because your voice was suppressed for one reason or another. And that is the biggest frustration with social media, is that people who, in a sense, are loudmouths, get all the attention, don't necessarily have an intelligent thing to say, just repeat other people's talking points, but they get all the attention and they're praised for it when other people did the hard work first or noticed it first and got nothing. It's just frustrating. And that's what's bugging me today. Or there's the other side of it. There's the other side of it, where you've got the people who will cherry pick a moment and twist it to suit whatever hate boner they have for something. And those are the grifters who will just stoke the hate for no reason but to get the clicks, to get the attention. That's what's got me going today. And I wish I could pick a fight, a real fight with some of these people. Not necessarily cause drama, but pick a fight and call them out. Have them step up to the debate table and see how they'd handle something where they don't just repeat a one line from an article to get traction on X. Pirate Nation, we're talking about you piece of shit. And or someone who builds off the works of others, the research of others, to essentially get the attention, get the praises, getting it done. Grum's talking about you piece of shit. So that's what's got that bugs me the most. The grifters, the true grifters, who don't care. They just regurgitate everything without true opinion, especially when it comes to things they truly hate or companies they hate for whatever reason they hate it, sometimes irrationally. So that's got me annoyed this morning. Very annoyed. And it's rough. And it's especially rough after, it's been a difficult week here on YouTube for a lot of reasons. Difficult week. In the wake of them claiming last week, we're not going to suppress anything, yet everything you do looks like it's suppressed. It's very difficult to watch work seemingly achieve nothing. So it's rough. It's rough, but we keep going. We keep going. because of support. And I'm glad that everybody does show up every day, whether it's late, whether it's live, whether it's on a replay. I appreciate everybody does show up. And I still will go on and push. Am I making this about me? Yeah, of course. It's my show. It's my opening monologue. I'm going to make it about me. I'm going to complain a little bit. I'm going to vent a little bit. You guys still come around, so you must be okay with it when I go off. And I'm not raging. I'm perturbed. I'm annoyed. And it's the end of the week, and I should be glad, but I feel like it's the beginning of the week. You know, it's that kind of feeling where everything you did, you feel like you're still standing in the same spot. That's what I mean when I say it still feels like it's the beginning of the week, despite all efforts I've made in terms of creating content, do this and that this week. I feel like I'm exactly where I started beginning of the week, but I'm actually a step behind because YouTube is ash hole. So I appreciate everybody being here. Please hit that like button. If you've enjoyed my little, I don't want to say, I'm not being petulant. If you enjoyed my little self-indulgent rant here right now, please hit that like button. If you feel the pain, you feel the suffering. And we'll move on with the day because the day does continue. It still is a normal daily dive where you guys run the asylum. And that means the rules are applied as normal. $5 for an Adam rant. Although that was so much a rant. That was a monologue. My feelings on something. $5 to get an Adam rant on a thing you may want to see me freak out about. We got a good one yesterday with those plushies. Those are retarded. You get $10 to ask a specific question for a means to create a discussion, not just a one-off. It's meant to create a discussion between myself and you. $10 also rents me for 30 minutes to play a video game. $15 gets you a hot take reaction to an article I present to you from the news, or one you may have found yourself say, oh, let's see what the boomer has to say. No preparation. That's why it's a hot take reaction. I haven't seen the article yet. Therefore, I have no idea what's in there. No prep time, no nothing. And then, of course, $20, everybody's favorites. $20 gets you to make me watch shit I probably don't want to watch. Only once a week am I guaranteed something I know I'll enjoy, and that's Warhammer Wednesdays, because Kel likes me. Kel wants me to feel happy and entertained. And then $30 gets you chat. Made me watch this reviews, one of which we have today, courtesy of Kratos El Grados, Adam Sandler's Jack and Jill. Oh my God. What an atrocious movie. There's a couple of laugh out loud moments because it is Adam Sandler and he does bring in funny people when SNL was funny to do things entertaining, to make them laughable. But it's going to happen in the movie a couple times, but the whole entire movie as a whole is just so god awful. It's terrible. Hey, so cringe on so many levels. So we'll get into that. Chat made me watch his reviews. That gets you that costs you $30, but it's worth it. I get it to you every time, and I follow through on my promise. So them's the rules. I'm gonna stick to it, and I hope everybody's doing all right. What else I got? I got all the warm-ups. That was my warm-up. My monologue was my warm-up. I got nothing else. Once again, I have a lot of things bookmarked for conversations, but they're more towards the panel stuff for this weekend. Although, you know what? Actually, you know what? I'll show this. Just to follow up on what we talked about with James Gunn yesterday, I picked this one up last night. And I found it. And we're gonna come back to it when we do all James Gunn stuff next week on Sunday. But this is apparently, and this, of course, by one of my favorite little pieces of shit. Who also look at that? I didn't know this little fucking coward basically locked replies. Oh, this is one of those pieces of shit who's a fucking stan. You've seen me. It's what I lost my shit over a couple months ago when I realized how fucking large his channel was on YouTube. Here's this fat black bitch from Peacemaker talking about Nazi world. The sad part is I'm not so sure this Nazi world is as different from our own world as we wish it was. And of course, this little piece of shit is going, she's simply too real life. And look, Locke's replies. And there, mind you, I actually kidnapping innocent people, putting them. Look, these are exactly the people who support that. And this guy is a massive MCU stan. He's a James Gunn tard. These are exactly the people who you expect. That's exactly the response you expect from a brainwashed, indoctrinated, little fucking clapping seal, shit slurping piece of fuck like this. It's exactly what you think. And he proves it every fucking time. And this is James Gunn. James Gunn, who just yesterday said, I have no oversight in anything I write, in anything I do for the MCU. Peacemaker, the most important show I've ever written. He wrote this script. Don't tell me James Gunn doesn't mean every fucking thing he says. Don't tell me that. Oh, I'm James Gunn. I did this by accident. Tee. No, fuck you. You piece of shit. So I'm going to bring this one back on Sunday. We'll see how the panel reacts to this one. And also, I actually watched the clip at 1.2. This bitch can't act. She can't act. This whole thing is atrocious. And of course, right? There it is. I didn't notice it. Look what he's got right there. He's got the flag. Got the flag in a bio. Got the flag in the bio. These people, you don't hate these people enough. You really don't. These stands, these slot pushers. Don't hate them enough. My goodness. Just wanted to come back to that for a moment and show you. James Gunn is everything we say he is. Every damn thing. All right, so I got nothing else. Let's dive into the news. We'll see where that takes us for conversations. Let's get to it. Yeah, there's a salty mood to today. I admit that. We're salty today. We are salty today. And I feel like with good reason. Fuck it all. All right, let's go. If it loads up, there we go. Variety, load, please. Thank you. Chrome. All right, here we go. Does Tilly Nord need a publicist? The AI actress is not available to speak, yet everyone wants it in it. We've been covering this off and on all week whenever we come across it. This is hilariously dumb that everybody's losing their shit over this. I mean, they could do whatever they want with this AI creation. They could make the movies. They could make her do porn. They could do anything. It's a program. It's not alive. So it's hysterical. And I love it that the Hollywood is so afraid of this. Because what this essentially is, it's animation. It's hyper-realistic animation. But it's animation. And it's animation with its own voice actor. Built in is what it is. At least that's how I see it. And they should all be scared shitless because it might prove they're all easily replaceable. Every goddamn last one of them. Don't care about this. Michael B. Jordan to receive Outstanding Performer Award. I don't give a fuck about Michael B. Jordan. French film Sorority Girls. Don't care. Barry Weiss poised to join CBS News as editor-in-chief as Paramount nears acquisition of Free Press. Sure. It's still legacy media. Don't trust it as far as you can piss on it. Sports media in the zeitgeist at City National Bank Pro Sports Advisory Summit. If it's sports, I don't really know what's going on. The Comeback Season 3 cast Lisa Kudrow's son, Julian Stern, Abby Jackson, John Early, and 4 more. I guess that's a show that's come across my view a few times. So I guess, I don't know. Digital native creatives talk soup, compare notes, social platforms. Yeah, exactly. The reaction to this has been so over the top. You're not wrong. It's just a freaking program. It's not real. And like we've talked about, just right, like talked about before, it's not Skynet. Honestly, the moment they have her do porn, everybody's going to be beaten off to it. You know they are. The moment they have her do porn, and somebody will, guaranteed. What's she going to do? Sue? She's a program. She has no rights. And she's people make her do things. She has no free will. It's a program. It isn't real. Lego's new 9,000 piece Star Wars Death Star set features. Oh my God. How about being 3 weeks late to this stupid thing we already shadowed over and has been rejected? This $1,000 Lego set of this diorama from Star Wars, which even has some Disney Star Wars attached to it, has been rejected. Nobody wants this. No real person is buying this. I can't disagree. I can't disagree. Kim Kardashian produced a Elizabeth Taylor docuseries for Fox Nation. Sure. I don't know if Kim Kardashian's the right person to do it, but okay. Theo Vaughn speaks out on choppy filmed oh, come on. I'm in the middle of this stupid thing. On choppy filmed comedy show and Minecraft comment. Whatever. I don't even pay attention to that dude at all. It isn't real. It has rights. Kristen Chenoweth on reuniting with Wicked composer Stephen Schwartz on vocally punishing Queen of Versailles. Are you going to kill me? I don't care about that at all. Halloween Thrills, don't care. Not a spooky month guy. Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road. Ethan Slater on bidding farewell to Wicked and returning to the stage. I don't care. This is only important for people who care about Wicked, and I don't care. Cillian Murphy on portraying the real effing horror of addiction in Netflix drama Steve, going from Oppenheimer, and he's not playing Voldemort. He's not playing Voldemort because they probably didn't ask him because they're looking at a woman. I know it's not. We don't know about that, but that's the joke. HBO Max and CNN 24/7 live stream ahead of new solo streamer launch. Yeah, because there's no profit in it. Don't care. I've learned not to read every single one of these because they are largely unimportant to actual entertainment news that people care about. Maigret TV added. What the hell is Maigret? I don't know. Was it Australian? It says Australian. I don't know. AI platforms and global reach. Leon's International Classic Film Marketers ending 13th edition of record growth. Is that a woman or a man? Is that a woman or a man? I don't know. On glance, I don't know. That's not important. That Ed Gein story. Everybody's going to watch the hell out of that Ed Gein serial killer thing. And I'm not, because I'm not interested in watching the history of monsters like that. I have no interest in serial killer stuff. I just don't. Oh, dude. Problem is, I can see a future where that's happening. The rights for your AI girlfriend. It's like, yeah, great. She's doing things on a camera, but she's not actually touching you. God damn, are we doomed? Are we doomed? I mean, I know I'm not helping anything. I'm as old as I am. I'm not married. I have not spawned. Much not for lack of effort or lack of wanting. But I have failed to contribute. I have failed to contribute to fighting against retarded Zoomers. So I'm depressed now. Moving on. Let's get away from this. Sundance can go fuck itself. I don't care. Taylor Swift, goddamn Swifties. There's all kinds of Taylor Swift stories again with her album. Why can't she just go away? She's not that talented and she's not that hot. Diddy might be going to jail. We don't know we talk Diddy, but Diddy asked for leniency in letter to Judge Henderson saying, "I will never commit a crime again." That is glorious. Please, sir, I will never commit crime again. Don't send me to prison where I will become somebody's bitch. I mean, seriously. All criminals, when you're getting sentencing, if you just write to the judge, "I'll never commit crime again." He just said he committed crime. He was found guilty of some of these things. I mean, he could be going to jail for over a decade. And he'll become somebody's property. Diddy ain't as street as he wants to probably pretend he is. He'll become somebody's property in the clink. He will be. And then he'll find out what it's like to get pin cushioned every night. Maybe Lex Luthor will comment on it in a show made by James Gunn. Government shutdown forces. It was just an accident. Director Jafar Panahi to skip New York Film Festival premiere over visa delay. Don't care. Don't care. We're well dipping that. Let's keep going here. All right. Hopefully they like it too. Keanu Reeves has new draft of Constantine 2 script. He's going to take it to DC Studios. I like the Constantine movie. It's completely inaccurate to junk Constantine, to Hellblazer, but I like it. It's a good movie, and Keanu does Keanu in it, so I enjoy it. Also got one of the best devil entrances ever at the end there. Oh, man, that's a nightmare. I mean, the NFT craze finally ended. But, geez, that's an interesting way to go at it, Jed. Unique AI people locked with NFT encryption. That's a fascinating way to look at it. Some people will do it, I'm sure. If not for the porn, at the very least for some sort of companion. Because let's be honest, people are lonely. People are very lonely out there. And if they can pay money to have a unique AI created that will have some level of AI free thought autonomy as they hang out with them, people would want it because it would be essentially a pet that you don't, whose ass you don't have to wipe before they sit on your couch. I mean, that's essentially it. And people would want that because it would just be somebody there. And now you take it to the extreme, and yes, they would. They'd find some internet priest to do it, and they'd be married. And it essentially, if you have an AI girlfriend or an AI wife, all it is joy. All it is JOI. All it is joy. That's all it is. Which probably lines up with somebody who wants that. It probably lines up. We're getting. I can't take the black pills. I can't do it. Let's keep going. Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate didn't just go up in price. It ditched 10% discount on COD points and COD points and Black Cell 2. Yeah. Again, we'll be talking about this stuff more this weekend. Once I'll repeat myself, as fascinating as the whole Game Pass thing is, I am not versed in it enough as a non-Xbox player to really weigh in on it. That's why panel discussion on Roundtable this weekend, where we have all points of view to really flush out all the points of it. All right, now, okay, no, into Optimus Bot. Oh God, they're gonna don't fuck your Optimus Bot that transforms. That what you realize though, if you do that, it's gonna be talking to you with Peter Cullen's voice as Optimus Prime. Jed, stop now. Stop that now. You want save that for Ballbusters tonight, all right? That is Ballbusters content right there. Just save it. Save it. Oh my oh Lord. Oh Lord. You see, it doesn't take all right. Degenerate Lalafell mind. I don't need that from him right now. Good Lord. Why is Helldivers 2 PC installation size is 3 times bigger than on console? I don't know. I don't play Helldivers. Jerry Bruckheimer insists Margot Robbie is still involved with Pirates of the Caribbean, despite Harley Quinn actress saying her female-focused entry was canceled 3 years ago. Listen, I have all the respect in the world for Jerry Bruckheimer. He's essentially based. He makes good movies, but it's stop pushing female Pirates of the Caribbean. Just stop. Nobody wanted it. Stop. Stop. You soulless ginger. Could John Wick get a Samurai Western spinoff? A script is already being written. How about no? Please no. The voice behind Mortal Kombat, let me do it. Toasty is leaving NetherRealm. Ed Boon. That's Ed Boon. Whoopsie. Toasty. That's Ed Boon. He made that shit. He's leaving. Let's just take a quick look at that. We might have to flag this. No, sorry, Dan Forden. Dan Forden did the Toasty. Ed Boon did Whoopsie. Or maybe it always was Dan Forden. I always thought it was Ed Boon that did it. My bad. Oh God, every time I do this, I forget. It doesn't like it when I hit the back button. Stop. Stop. Moving on. As Activision expected, the cheaters have come for the Call of Duty Black Ops 7 beta. We've talked about it before. Fuck people who cheat in games. You're losers. Halo TV show finds a new audience following its Netflix debut. All right. Let's take a moment and understand how this shit works with Netflix. Okay? First of all, Paramount Plus, at the time of Halo Season 1 and 2, didn't have a large audience. Not a lot of people tuned in. Of course, when you license something, your Netflix, and you license it, and you bring it to your infinitely larger platform, a lot more eyes are going to watch it and take a look at it. It doesn't mean it's successful or good. That's the bullshit of this type of statement. These are the people who tried to pretend that Halo TV show was good with its man ass. These are people who try to pretend it's good. They're trying to justify, say, look, it was good. It got canceled for no reason. No, it got canceled because it was an utter disgusting piece of shit show. Nobody watched it, and everybody who did watch it with a brain hated it. It was poorly written, poorly acted, poorly special effect, and a destruction of the lore. So just because it's on Netflix finds an audience, of course it found a new audience, because everybody on Netflix probably doesn't have fucking Paramount Plus, so they're going to check it out for the first time, because they're probably all fucking normies who don't watch anything unless it's on fucking Netflix. So of course it's going to find a new audience, because they likely to have subscriptions to Paramount Plus. Like, oh, what's this? We don't watch reviews on YouTube. We don't watch live streams on YouTube. Talk about this stuff. We're normies. We watch whatever you put in front of our goddamn faces. And then guess what? They probably turned it off. Hate this crap, this manipulation of words to try and convince you that something happened when it didn't. Rock Band 4 is being delisted from digital stores this weekend. I never played those games. GameStop, we talked about that yesterday, and now we're into yesterday. So there we go. Not much on IGN today. Park Place, canceled Netflix hit stock harder than canceled Disney Plus Kimmel controversy. Wall Street reveals which boycotts actually matter. I guess it is. I guess the stock is being hit pretty hard. You know what? Let's take a second and look up the Netflix stock, shall we? Let's take a second and look that up. Netflix. Oh, look at that. It's like it's listening to me. It's like it's magic and it's listening to me. So this is today. It created a little bit. It's recovered somewhat. Let's check the 5 days. All right. This isn't so, I mean, it's all-time high of this week of $1,121 a share. And it dropped to $1,139. From 1221. Wait, that doesn't, how can it be costing that much? Oh, the cost, it's still, well, whatever. It's 17131111. I can't do math. I'm having problems here. Point is, while yes, this doesn't look good, it's down 4 points, 48. It's on $48 over the past 5 days. That's not good, but it's not. Netflix will likely recover because everybody has short fucking memories. And this is what I was talking about, though. Yes, has Elon started something? He has, but this should have happened years ago. And we know that Disney Plus cancellations didn't mean shit, because nobody was subscribed to Disney Plus in the first place. And we don't really know how much they unsubscribe, because Disney doesn't release numbers anymore for that. So this whole thing, I'm not saying it's manufactured, but it's what I talked about at the beginning of the stream. Johnny come lately bullshit. Where were you guys years ago when this thing was actually on the air before it was canceled? Where were you? So Walt Disney World announces dates for After Hours Nights 2026. Nobody cares. Nobody's there anymore. Bob Iger bristles the talk of Josh DeMero and his successor, but the Disney CEO race is heating up. Fuck it all. Fuck Disney. Darth Vader meet and greet moves at Disney Hollywood Studios. And then that's it. Nothing else. Okay. All right. That's the news. I'm sticking to it. Let's move on. Let's see if you guys have got anything for me today. Not yet. So without further ado, because we'll give you guys a chance to think if you want anything else. Without further ado, I guess we're going to do Chat Made Me Watch This Reviews. Let me get the right picture up here. Here we go. All right. So once again, welcome to Chat Made Me Watch This Reviews, where today, Jack and Jill, an Adam Sandler comedy from at least 10 years ago, I think. I didn't look at the date this was made. It's easily a decade ago. Around the same time he made Just Go With It, which is actually one I do. I own that one. I actually like that one. I have a few Adam Sandler movies on my shelf. That's one of them. Because it's about the same time when he did Just Go With It. And this movie has a certain reputation. And it's well-deserved. This movie is garbage. It's terrible. It has a couple of laugh-out-loud moments, and it's because, one, Adam Sandler is funny, and a joke is going to land eventually. But it also required him bringing in his friends, which he always does in his movies, brings in his friends from SNL, back in the day when it was funny, to do stuff. Because there's a Norm Macdonald cameo, R.I.P. Norm, David Spade in full prosthetic drag at the end of it, and a couple others stooped in there, which they get some funny moments. But overall, this movie is just ridiculously bad. Here's the thing. This movie is about twins, Jack and Jill. And how essentially they couldn't be more complete. The whole thing is, are twins the same or different? And they couldn't be more different. Where he is grounded, serious, she is over the top and crazy insane, and has mega strength, apparently. She apparently has mega strength, but he doesn't, which doesn't make sense to me, considering they're genetically the same. How does she have mega strength and he doesn't? Anyway, it's obviously Adam Sandler and drag playing both characters. What happens is it's both Thanksgiving. Does this count as a Thanksgiving movie? I know there aren't a lot of Thanksgiving movies. Would this count as a Thanksgiving movie because it happens on Thanksgiving? Are we gonna have that discussion? Anyway, happens on Thanksgiving. He doesn't want to bring his sister out because she's also, not only is she over the top and annoying, she's very clingy to him and obnoxious and doesn't shut the fuck up. But she's coming out to visit his family, and his family consisting of Katie Holmes. Once again, Adam Sandler and his track record of My Movie Wives are something. His real wife is also smoking hot. You see her at the beginning of Just Go With It. She plays his fiance who cheats on him. His real wife is hot. But he also continues the trend of, I'm going to get the hottest chicks in Hollywood from this era, and they're going to be my hot wives. Let's go down the list. I can't remember all their names, but go through all his early movies. All hot chicks. Salma Hayek, Jennifer Aniston, now Katie Holmes in this one too. Kate Beckinsale. Adam Sandler knows what he's doing. I'm going to get all these hot chicks to be my wives in these movies because I know people just want to touch themselves to her, or all of these girls. They just want to. I mean, that's brilliant. Adam Sandler's good. He's good marketing at what he does. I enjoy Adam Sandler. I'm going to shit all over this movie, but I like Adam Sandler. Anyway, so he's got Katie Holmes for a wife. They've got a biological daughter, and they got an adopted Indian son. There's a lot of racist jokes in this movie, both Jewish jokes and Indian jokes, and it's funny because Adam Sandler leans into it. Good, make the jokes. It's fine. I have no problem with it. It's all fair game. It's even distribution of cultural jokes, so I'm fine with it. But anyway, so because there's a line, and apparently Katie Holmes' character, his wife, converted to Judaism, and that's a running gag for a little bit in the early part of the movie. Anyway, so she's coming to Thanksgiving. He doesn't want her to be there. At the same time, there's an A plot and a B plot to this movie, and it gets lost in one montage or forced comedy scene after another. The A plot. Adam Sandler has an advertising company. He runs an advertising company, which includes a lot of big name companies, their biggest one being Dunkin' Donuts. Yes, this is the movie with the Dunkachino with Al Pacino. And Dunkin' Donuts wants Al Pacino, and he's worried how's he going to get Al Pacino. They're ready to walk. So that's the main thing, getting Al Pacino to do the ad for Dunkin' Donuts Dunkachino. At the same time, the second plot is his relationship with his twin sister, who's obnoxious and has a miserable life because their mother is dead. She's all alone. She's always been the butt of every joke. And she's generally an obnoxious person and also a Luddite, a massive Luddite. Doesn't know the internet, doesn't know modern technology of the time, this and that. And she comes there and she just is a disaster on wheels, always being obnoxious there. I mean, like I said, there are some funny stuff in here that related. It's all related to Jill. It's Adam Sandler being disgusting as his female version of himself. She leaves giant sweat stains on the sheets that are just disgusting. One point, Al Pacino smells it when he goes in. We'll get into Al Pacino in a second on this. Another point, after she goes and visits her eventual Mexican boyfriend, she goes to this giant family party and eats Mexican food, and then she comes back to the house, and there's like a 5-minute long poop gag, which of course had me laughing because much to go against the grain of some people, fart and shit jokes are funny. They're funny. If you don't laugh at it, you have no soul. I'm sorry. If you're not laughing at poop and fart jokes, you have no soul. They're funny. You're always going to laugh. So there's they're having a conversation and she's in the bathroom just letting these giant shit farts go. And I'm laughing my ass off on that. And then she comes out with the door without lighting a match and it stinks and he's opening doors. And so that was funny. And it's but it's all Jill related. It's not, Jack is not the humor focus. Jill is the humor focus. So there are laugh out loud moments, as I said. So it's all about their adventures of, she keeps wanting to stay longer. He doesn't want her to stay. But his wife wants them to have a better relationship. And then they go through this whole thing of trying to get her to date people. And they do online dating. And that's where like the Norm Macdonald bit comes in, because he goes to Craigslist and Norm is a sex pest. And it's really subtle Norm stuff too. It's only a little bit of Norm. It's very subtle, but it's still funny because it's Norm Macdonald and he could just look at you and make you laugh. At the same time, when he's trying to get Al Pacino to do the ad, Al Pacino's had a public meltdown on stage over cell phone usage during a play. So he's kind of trying to retreat from public. And when he goes to corner him at a Lakers game, which also has a Johnny Depp cameo, which shows you when this was made. Well, of course, Adam Sandler wouldn't have cared that Johnny Depp had been blacklisted. He would have probably had him on movie either way because he's Adam Sandler. He doesn't give a shit. Al Pacino then sees Jill and falls instantly and madly in love with her. And we have this entire C-plot of Al Pacino trying to woo Jill while Jack tries to get him to join up and do the Dunkin' Donuts ad. And I know there are some stories out there about how this role kind of crushed Al Pacino's soul a little bit. I didn't want to get into that because I didn't want that to influence the review, but you go look at it, it's funny that Dunkachino, all the stuff but he really leaned into this as just being super creepy, weird, obsessive. And it's Al Pacino chewing scenery, and it's not bad, but it's also massively cringe throughout the whole movie. So he keeps trying to woo Jill, and she's rejecting him because she's not into it. She's more into Jack's Mexican gardener, eventually. And at one point, she kept pushing to stay longer and longer, and they were going on this New Year's cruise after Hanukkah, and they go on this cruise, and Jack takes her only because he wants to keep using his sister to try and get Al Pacino. And eventually everything comes to a head where, predictably, Jack has to dress up as Jill to go and try and get Al Pacino to do Jack's ad. And during that, you have the come to Yahweh moment, because you can't say come to Jesus moment because these are Jews. Come to Yahweh moment where after Jack and Al have these real deep conversations, and Al admits, I like your sister because I see something broken in her and I want to fix it because we come from the same place, being the Bronx and that kind of stuff. And then Al Pacino basically says, "Yeah, you can't ignore relationships." And Jack, as Jill says, "What about my brother?" He says, "Oh, well, he's a deathbed kind of thing. He's not going to realize that he loves her until she's gone." And that's when Jack realizes, "Oh, I've been a terrible brother. I used her, and everybody's mad at me for using her. I now have to rush back to do this and to make amends before she leaves." The problem is she'd already left for New York. I mean, they had their birthday celebration, all this kind of stuff. She already left for New York. And then it's all about going to New York, and it ends in this big scene at this restaurant where she goes to have a private in the restaurant. It's just like a picture of her mom, and it's really sad. But then you hit their old high school bullies are there, and one of them, like I said, is David Spade in full drag with like prosthetic tits and everything. He's in a full bodysuit with prosthetic tits. It took me a minute to realize, holy shit, that's David Spade in drag. Like, I recognize this person. It's definitely a dude. I can't tell who it is, and I realized, oh shit, it's Spade. Because they made a Rob Schneider joke. Because Rob Schneider wasn't in this movie, which is funny. Rob Schneider's usually in every Adam Sandler movie. He wasn't in this movie. And he didn't go, "You can do it," at one point. He wasn't there to do that. But at one point, then Jack and the family show up, and they say, "We love you, Jill." And then they talk in their twin language. And then David Spade's character throws sass at them, and they get in a fight, and Jill kicks her ass. And then everybody's happy in it together, and Jill's going to get along with the Mexican guy. They're going to get together. It's a happy ending. Yay. But overall, it's a sloppy movie from beginning to end. And Al Pacino shows up in his Man of La Mancha. Or is it Don Quixote? Well, that is Man of La Mancha, isn't it? Yeah. Shows up in his Don Quixote outfit to be there again. It's absurd. But overall, this movie should be honestly 40 minutes shorter. Cut out a lot of these montage forced comedy moments. Cut down on half the plots. A lot of it just isn't funny, plain and simple. It's boring. It drags. You can only watch Adam Sandler drag for so long before it's annoying. It's sort of amusing in the beginning, but then you realize, wow, I wish they just had another woman. But of course, then you can't have him dress up as drag later in the movie to pretend to be her. It doesn't work like that. And it's frustrating. It's a frustrating movie because I can see where it could have really been a gem in there because Adam Sandler has comedic talent. He can write good movies. But this one just got lost in making Jill over obnoxious and too much. And it's just boring at times, really boring because I'm not connecting with any of this at all. But like I said, there are funny moments. The Norm Macdonald is funny. At one point, there's a semi cameo from Shaq doing a commercial for their ad agency, and it's just a recording of Shaq, and it's very funny because Shaq is funny. Shaq is always funny. Never tell me Shaq ain't funny. That's funny. Like I said, the poop jokes, the fart jokes are funny. They're in a movie theater, and they both let out massive farts at the same time. That's funny. They had the little Indian kid is sort of amusing because he's always kind of catching Jack doing some sketchy shit to his sister, and he's very calling him out on it. And also they have a weird thing. The Indian kid has a weird thing about taping things to himself. It's very weird, and it's not funny. At the same time, there's no connection to these characters. Honestly, I'm not rooting for any of them. I'm not rooting for them to get the Dunkachino thing done because while I don't hate Jack, I actually feel for him because his sister is obnoxious and annoying. I just don't care. I'm not engaged at all with these characters. I don't connect to them. Adam, they're Jewish. You connect to them. No, that's not enough. It doesn't work like that. So it's just there's nothing fun really about this movie. It just isn't to me fun. And of course, then the finale is after. Of course, I was wrong. I forgot. The finale is actually the Dunkachino scene, and that's just god awful. And it ends with Al Pacino saying, "We need to delete all of this. We need to destroy it all." Because yes, it is. It's speaking truth that everybody knows how bad that was. It's terrible. The Dunkachino. Good Lord. So I don't know what else I could say of this. I do not recommend this movie at all. It's not fun. It's terrible. When he's Jill, Adam Sandler was obnoxious. The thing about Jack works because Jack, he's doing the same kind of humor he does in Just Go With It. Very quick one-liners, very toned down Adam Sandler, not over the top. It's very cool comedy. And when I say cool, I'm like hypocritical. I mean very mellow type of comedy as Jack, and it works. Adam Sandler was actually very good in it. That's one of the reasons I like Just Go With It. I like his tone of comedy in that one, where it's just a little sarcasm here or there, a little quip back and forth, some good, really one-liners in there. But the over-the-top comedy as Jill, the slapstick stuff of it, it's too much, and it falls flat. And it's Adam Sandler leaning too much into the stereotypes, and it's just not funny. So Jack and Jill, it's a horrible movie. But there it is. Another chat, maybe watch this reviews. I have to run away from this far away now. There we go. All right. Done with that one. I don't know what else I could say about it. I really don't. It's just not it's not deep. It's not touching. It's not fun. Yeah, there are war crimes in this movie. There are definitely war crimes in this movie. Definitely war crimes. All right, let's see. We got anything else going on? Nothing here. So with that all said and done, I have fulfilled all my bargains for today. So let's wrap it up. We're almost at the hour. So let's wrap it up. Let's see. All right. So tonight is Ball Busters, 11 p.m. Eastern. Jed's our guest. He knows what he's getting into. I don't know. I don't feel sorry for him at all. Let's see. Tomorrow we got Drive-In. John Carpenter's a thing. Then we got some co-op gameplay tomorrow night. Sunday Roundtable 4.0. Let me see. Is it here? Is it here? Devil says he'll have the new thumbnail for me later this afternoon. We'll have the new thumbnail, which means I got a new intro. Roundtable 4.0. It's a new adventure. I got a lot of stuff to actually. It's a lot of little tiny stories, which will lead together to big stories for Roundtable. It should be a good one. I'm excited. A lot of good stuff. Good for discussion. Good discussion-oriented topics. I'm very excited. I don't feel sorry for you at all. Not at all. Not at all. You know exactly what's going to happen. Anyway, and then we'll be back on Monday with a new show. The Stream of Conscious at 11 p.m. Eastern. Not a long show, just a short show. We're just going to chill and chat. And, of course, next week we'll be back 1 p.m. every day right here for another Daily Dive where, hopefully, I'll continue to entertain you. So there we go, guys. Thank you one and all for being here. I got nothing else. All I had was chat me, watch the reviews. You guys seem content with not making me watch anything, not making me read anything else. So we're going to wrap it up, and I'll see you guys tonight on Ball Busters, and I'll see you tomorrow throughout the rest of the weekend for all the streams and videos, what may be. So thank you, guys. I'll see you later. Take it easy.